And welcome to A Tribe Called Jess. Sorry about that. We had a little bit of difficulty. And I have Frank the Tank here tonight, Frankie Diaz.
What's up? What's up?
And I have Julio Diaz and our baby boy Scott back there, who is now officially invaluable to me. And
you had one job.
I have my lifer Jeff, and guess who's in studio tonight? We got Millie here.
Millie,
I call her my Millie, and anybody that's known Millie throughout Manassas bartending. Obviously, her and I have been such good friends. You're lucky enough to be great friends with her, too. I think everybody here is. Scott's the only one that doesn't know her. And then, obviously, us in D.C. as a duo. Oh, boy. What stories we have. I told one the other day, real quick, sidebar. Somebody was asking me, well, where does the sun go? Blah, blah, blah. And I said, I'll never forget the night Millie and I were driving home from D.C. and we could see the moon and the sun. I said, well, that was a good night. Remember that?
Yes.
Yes, see, she knows.
I remember.
How's everybody doing?
Amazing.
Amazing.
Gotta work out
we know. I'm kidding. I'm always so proud of you. Always so proud of you. I do mean that.
Hey, you know you played a big part in it.
Well, come on now, stop with the accolades. You're doing it all yourself, and I'm happy if I was that inspiration. So anyway, welcome to A Tribe Called Jess. What a week we've already had. I swear to God, we could all have fun in a cardboard box. I know I could. And we had some fun this past weekend. We were at TCB Fights here at the Salisbury Center.
Yeah,
and it was awesome. Kudos to Jeff once again for putting on just such a stellar production. And with Scott and Catherine with the music. She's amazing. Shout out Catherine. I love her to death. But it was awesome. You had a table.
Yeah. Ringside.
Yeah.
It was a really good view.
It was really good. Look, I love boxing. I'm definitely a boxing fan, but I've never seen Muay Thai boxing in person, up close and personal.
Yeah, that was my first time also.
Yeah, I do all the social media VIP concierge work during the fights, and it was just really cool. Like, I'm up there on the ring, and I can hear every little thing that's going on when they hit each other. I'm like, oh God, oh God.
Yeah, the exhibition matches were nice to see the young kids, the future talent.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that was good. That was nice.
And Millie's fun. Yes, Millie had fun. Millie was here. Her son, Randall Harris, fought, and I've known Randall since he was a kid. What a fight. He gave such a great effort.
Yeah.
Both those fighters. I talked to Jeff about the fight afterwards. It was called... They called for the opponent in the third judge split. What do you call that?
Split decision.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And Jeff and I talked. He's like, it could go either way.
Yeah,
was just
Randall
such
went
a great
all
fight.
out. He gave a good fight. He gave everything.
Definitely.
Yeah, Jeff. I think I lost Jeff today. Jeff's very busy.
No, I'm here.
Oh, he's
Trying
here.
to get my microphone set up.
Oh, there we
It's
go.
like all wrapped around and weird.
Yeah, we talked about Randall's fight. So yeah, it was good. I mean, what a great effort.
Yeah, he went balls to the walls, really.
Yeah.
How about the championship match though?
Oh wow. I mean,
that was really
everybody
good.
was talking about that.
I would have watched him another 5 rounds. It was so good.
It was really good.
Literally, guys, if you haven't been down to the Salisbury Center to TCB Fights or to Cagezilla, which is MMA, hit me up if you want a table to be up close and personal to the action. VIP Jess, Jess at Wylde. Get Wylde. Get Wylde. That's GETWYLDE.com. As well as advertising opportunities. It's well worth it. I promise. We have lots of deals, packages we can put together for you. And it's just cool. It's just so much fun. Or come in and see a fight in all capacities. So, and then we had the bikini contest after.
Yeah.
And
My favorite part.
yeah.
But we were next to the ring girls too, so you know Julio was having a blast.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I was like, Julio, the fight is that direction.
But then was it behind me?
Yeah.
So
So
Cagezilla's coming up next, right? That's the next event, August 12th.
Cagezilla is August 12th.
Yeah.
That's the MMA event. So get your tickets now at CageZillaTickets.com. CageZillaTickets.com. So make sure you get after that. Get them soon because it will sell out. And let's see what else. And that is August 12th. I did say that right. Yeah.
Correct.
And you're Scott. The reason we're recording tonight, Scott went to Fall Out Boy. He deserves it. And you're
Yeah.
going to Virginia Beach to see Fall Out Boy.
on
I've
Saturday.
seen him before.
Exciting.
Yeah. Yeah. So lots of good stuff. That's taking it back, right? I think you and I talked. You asked me what my favorite concert was. It's, obviously away from electronic music. I love all music. And I've been to so many. Jeff, did you used to go to HF Festival?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't.
Even when I was first started at Lake Fairfax.
So I didn't live here then, but I moved here in 1997 and I didn't miss one until they ended. And HF Festival was just awesome. I mean, to pick one band, I've seen so many bands in my lifetime. I would say a standout repetitive band I've seen over and over again, away from the HFS, would be Aerosmith. Seen them a lot. Stellar in concert. Don't disappoint. Cypress Hill was amazing.
Hill.
I got to see Run DMC when they were all together, obviously, with Aerosmith the last time I think they were here. So that was really cool.
Really?
I even used to go to Ozfest. Not my thing, but I just like to be in music cultures. I like to watch. So what about you guys? What's your favorite? Jeff, you have a favorite band you've ever seen?
Alice in Chains several
good.
times. Guns N' Roses
Guns N'
a couple
Roses.
times. Yep.
Yeah, they're really good.
And then in the clubs though, Skid Row.
Oh,
at-
I've seen
at
Skid Row.
Hammerjacks.
I've seen Skid Row. They're very good.
The Ramones at Hammerjacks. Pantera at Hammerjacks.
I've seen the Ramones, not Pantera. I even got to see when after 9/11. Remember they had that thing for the 9/11 concert down at RFK. I got to see James Brown, Michael Jackson. I mean, like legends.
Really?
It was just, yeah. Those are people I had not seen. I love Michael, obviously, but to see all those people on one stage was phenomenal. Another great concert I saw in my lifetime was Pink. God, what a voice! What
I do like her.
an incredible voice. Great show. Saw her at like Patriot Center way back 20.
Patriot
20 years.
Center.
I know. That's what it was called. What's it called now? Eagle
It doesn't exist
Eagle
now.
Bank Arena.
Eagle Bank Arena. All right, Scott. So how was Fall Out Boy?
It was good. They're good. They sounded super good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how were the girls? Did you go with girls?
Yeah, I went with a few. It was a fun night.
A few girls.
I drove my Tesla,
You drove your.
so we pre-gamed playing video games in the parking lot. You know,
God.
Did the girls get to play with the tablet?
they
Did
did.
they get to play
Some
with your-
sat in the steering wheel, played the racing games. It was awesome.
Were these all?
Did you do the fart sound effect on them?
Did they love it? Believe it or not, they love it. Yeah.
So wait, Jeff. We're pre-gaming, getting shit-faced wasted back in the day, and Scott has girls playing video games.
We
in
had
his
tequila and stuff
Tesla.
too, obviously. But
So was one of these girls a date?
no, there's no official date. Yeah.
So one of them went with you with the implication that you were hooking up.
Who knows?
You're such a bullshitter, but that's okay. I hold
Stop,
back.
Scott. Don't kiss and tell.
There you go.
Totally kiss and tell. No, don't, because I wouldn't either. I'm not a kiss and teller. Well, that's cool. Yeah, Fall Out Boy is good. So let's see. What else do we want to? Millie, what's the best concert you've ever seen? Because I know you're shy over there.
I went and saw Gwen Stefani when they did their reunion thing. That was really good.
I saw her with No Doubt.
Her solo
She's
or
really
with
good.
No Doubt?
No, the reunion. Yeah, the No Doubt.
Oh, the
I
reunion.
think I got together like 10 years ago now.
Yeah, it was a while ago.
Yeah.
No Doubt. I saw No Doubt. God, I think it was 99. I want to say. Oh, guess who's having a reunion? The
Who?
Spice Girls.
Oh,
So tell me what you want, what you really, really. Anyway, all right, I digress.
You're talking about all these concerts, but you're not talking about the concerts here this weekend with 2 stages.
that's right.
Local
I forgot
Palooza.
about that. Yeah.
Right?
What is
That's
it?
called?
And
All day
Jimmy's
partying.
Chicken Shack is headlining.
All right, well, tell me
sound
about. I don't see. You should have prepped me for this. This is your fault, producer Jeff.
She acted
All right,
like she
let's
didn't
talk
know, so
about
you
it.
can mention it.
Yeah, so the Road Ducks, Medicine
Oh, Road
Man, and
I love the Road Dogs.
F It All are playing tomorrow night.
Here,
So it's more like a classic rock, good rock and roll show tomorrow night.
excellent at the Salisbury
And then
Center.
a festival, indoor festival on Saturday starting at 3. We've got 13 bands and it's
Yo.
nonstop music because we have 2 stages, so they'll be alternating back and forth. And we've got punk bands, we've got rock bands, folk, a little bit of everything. And the headliner is Jimmy Chicken Shack. Direct support is American Jet Set. And Gavin Evick is right before that. So,
Well, damn.
yeah.
That's going to be big.
That sounds like a good time.
Okay, so.
Jeff's band is the opener.
Oh, okay.
So he's going to be here for the to play, and then he's going to interview the bands all day.
Okay,
that's
awesome.
cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And tickets can be got on. I just want to make sure I get the site right. So
The SalisburyCenter.com
SalisburyCenter.com,
or Eventbrite.
guys,
Yeah.
or Eventbrite.
Or get Wylde on the events page.
I don't want to get smoked.
Yeah. Don't get smoked.
Don't get smoked. Remember the guy got all upset. You didn't see it. This guy got all upset because I didn't proper. It's my fault. But he's like, your promo girl should get smoked.
No, he said whoever's doing your all's promo should get smoked.
Fair enough. Whatever. Okay, and then during the fight, Frankie, let's talk about the girl. I want to talk about this because I had an opinion. Curious of Millie's opinion, Jeff's opinion.
Yes, the girl been sliding into her DMs.
Or you met her. No,
Yeah, well,
tell the whole story.
okay,
Because
so-
you met her. We talked a little bit
Yeah, I think
about
we
her.
mentioned her, yeah.
Yeah, on last show maybe. I can't
Oh,
remember.
the Russian girl.
Yes.
Yeah, we were having lunch at in a local bar, and I approached her, thought she was cute, so I asked for her IG. So I asked her straight up for out to lunch, dinner. I said, hey, I don't know if you're busy, but would like to take you out to dinner. And she responded that she was very busy, so she couldn't go.
Yep, I remember.
So
So what
it's
did I say?
You said to just let it be.
Let it be.
Oh no, you told me to say totally understand.
Yep. Be polite.
Yeah, and played it cool. I wasn't.
Yep.
So once you posted about the fight.
So I posted, I always do like a little pre and post from a tribe called Jess.
Yeah.
Saying we're at the Salisbury Center, and I kind of show the stage in the background and blah, blah, blah. And obviously I do the best I can to have all my glam on for my age and not look pathetic. And as soon as I tag you guys in it, so
Yep.
it gets more exposure for the events in Salisbury Center and yada, yada. And go ahead.
So as soon as that goes up, all of a sudden I get a message, kickboxing ? Right? And I was like, oh, okay. I read it. I was here, so I was having a good time. So I took a picture of the ring and I sent it to her.
Yeah.
And she was like, where is that? I would like to be there.
Yeah, I bet she did.
And I was like, oh, okay. So I walked over to you and I was like, Jess, what do you think? Because I didn't reply. I was like, all of a sudden, she's not busy, I guess. I know she wants to, now that she's to have a table ringside, It's like, oh, what is that? Where you at?
I call those bottle rats. Okay, go ahead.
Well, so my question is, what's your opinion? What do y'all think? I mean,
So my opinion I gave to him, did everybody hear that? My opinion I gave to him is all of a sudden she sees this and when you see it, it's very glamorous looking, kind of, I say glamorous looking, like kind of very much Echo Stage looking, like with all the lights and the sound, you can hear it. It's very much that vibe. And, you have the tables and it's the kickboxing, you hear good music in the background prior and during the show and yada, yada. And now all of a sudden she's not busy. And I was like, absolutely do not respond to her, period, the end. And then we talked later. You're like, why? And I was like, you don't play that. Your worth doesn't come with all of a sudden you're doing something that she thinks is cool, super cool. And now she's not busy. That's A. And if she really is interested, I said, ask her for a coffee, not a drink, not a dinner. She doesn't deserve it now, in my opinion. And if she can't do a coffee, if anybody can't do a coffee with you, then who cares? Like if somebody just
but how do I
says,
go about
hey,
it? Do I just out of randomly be like, how about some coffee?
like, hey, I'd be like, hey, I know you want to come to fights the other night. You were chatting. Would you like to go grab a coffee? Let's see what she says then.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Just be like, hey, let me tell you about my experience. Let's get some coffee.
Yeah. What do you think, Millie? Not because she's like said, when is the next one, right? And I'm like, oh no. Like that's not how we're homies gonna play this. And I said, ask her for a coffee first.
Oh, I like that.
And
I
if she,
coffee dates are like short though, right?
well, yeah, she was too busy until she saw the fight
okay.
stuff. You
Well, that's
see
the
what
whole
I'm-
thing. She was like, But I'm thinking maybe it might be a kind of like a language thing because she's here to study English, right? So maybe when I asked her, she thought I was asking her if she was available that day. And she might have thought like
that language barrier wasn't there when she saw that video. Jeff, do you have an opinion on this?
Do not do coffee. That's a waste of your time.
Yeah, but Jeff, the point of doing the coffee was because she was too busy when he asked her out. As soon as she saw my video,
I understand your mind games you're trying to play, but that's not how guys are.
Playing a freaking mind game.
That's all the women do.
She's a girl.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you call her out on her game. She just. Oh, come on.
It's wasting your time and her time. If she wants to get in and get the buns, she wants to go to the big stuff.
Yeah, but she didn't want to go to dinner with him until she saw that video.
So that's the
Yeah, well, that's why you get the tables and all that stuff.
Okay.
yeah. So just bring her on. Just be like, okay, next event is this. Come through.
Okay.
Right.
So just get a girl that's going to use you. Fair enough. If that's what you're looking for, do it.
It's not being.
But he's using her too. Is he going to marry her? He's using her to try and get some buns.
Are you dating her to try and
I'm not
hit
dating.
it?
Period.
You just told us for 2 weeks you were dating.
No. What?
All right, I give up on this conversation.
I said I was thinking of dating, but that one is like if I'm taking her to an event, if I can go to I have a table anyway. There's 2 available seats. It's not like I'm going out of my way to invite her.
Well, then invite her. You're missing we had this whole conversation. So
I know what you're saying.
I don't have enough time to go to sit and have coffee and some bullshit.
She's
talk.
not. The point is, she isn't going to go have coffee because she couldn't have dinner. She wants to sit at a table, and
But that's the whole
like,
point of having a table, is so that you can have a good time and impress the other sex.
Yeah, it depends what you want, bro. Are you trying to
thank you. You
date
get my
her,
point.
Or are you just trying to, have fun?
He's not trying to date her.
Exactly. He's just trying to have some fun.
There you go. Wherever it goes,
Okay.
I'm fluid. Wherever
all right.
it goes.
I'm over it. My Aries side has just moved on and been like, you guys are so like whatever. I'm done. Don't ask me for advice.
As long as she doesn't take my spot at the table, I'm sorry. That's what I'm worried about.
As long as you don't bring her to Miami.
All
right. So anyway, what else do we have going on?
Women's World Cup starts today.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, it opened up today. Australia won.
And the host.
New Zealand won. It was a really good game too. And the U.S. women play tomorrow at 9 p.m. against Vietnam, defending champs. The bars stay open 24/7, Jessica.
I know. Sorry, I was looking.
You guys want to catch a 1 a.m. or a 3 a.m. game?
Doesn't one start at 10:30 tonight?
Yeah, there's one tonight. Canada against Nigeria. That's gonna be a good one.
Yeah.
But that's too early. We gotta do a 3 a.m. one.
You're away.
I mean, not this time. Next week.
Oh, or is it still on next week?
Yeah, they're about.
Yeah?
It's like a month-long tournament.
A whole month.
Yeah.
It's the World Cup.
All right, let's support these women. Come on.
I will. I'll go out all night. Come on.
We'll hit the club.
Who are you talking to?
We'll go check out a DJ, and then when the club closes, go catch a
Go
game.
catch a game. I'm down. I'm in.
And then Millie can record me falling asleep on my chair.
You
like that.
Do you want to go? You want to go, Osh? Oh, I heard this cool quote. Today. Do not bleed on others to heal yourself. Isn't that kind of crazy? Yeah, like don't use other people to heal yourself. Like don't.
I believe that.
Kind of sounds like you're girls. So are you guys coming at me with anything this week?
I do have a question.
I knew it. Like I've just come to the point where I just know it's gonna happen, so I like sweat it out until it happens.
Yeah, we gotta do a little thing for be like, ask Jessica or Jessica question.
We can do a little segment called Ask Jess. Just let's not be careful what we ask. Or you can ask me. It doesn't mean I'm gonna answer.
Well, this one's,
Jeff's not allowed in on that segment.
he knows so many answers.
Yeah, he does.
I'll answer for her.
Oh, that'd be interesting. We ask Jeff the question and see if that's the same answer.
We should do that game, Jeff, where we do questions and then we like hold up cards, like because you probably do know.
Oh, the dating game.
Not the dating game,
that's
but
what
like
it's
how
called.
much do you know about your friend? But go ahead, Frankie.
No, I wanted to ask you. We were discussing the intro song that you have for the show.
Yeah.
the Sia, right?
Saya and David Guetta.
Bang
Yeah.
your head
Yeah.
against the wall or something.
Yeah,
Yeah. So I was reading the lyrics. It's a really good song.
it is.
It really describes you to a T. You know.
Yeah. I mean, so when I picked that song, the reason I picked it's catchy. A lot of people know it. But when I picked that song has a lot of meaning to me. And I think at the end, it reflects on how I want others to always be okay. Because she talks about, you know, I'll rise above it all. She was supposed to, fall apart, and, she made it out. And if you listen to the lyrics at the very last paragraph, or whatever you call it, I'm not a musician, she turns that around to you'll rise above it all, talking to the collective of people. And I kind of feel like that's, how I view myself.
Yeah. We're very loving and very kind, but you're also super sensitive.
I am sensitive.
Yeah, you're very
and
sensitive.
I don't think people, I have a really tough, I say tough exterior. I don't come across as like tough like that, but like I have a tough exterior, and I can take a lot, but I'm extremely sensitive, extremely shy. And I think only my closest bunch know how shy I can get, especially around the opposite sex that I like. I have trouble if I really like someone, it's like, oh God, I can't make eye contact because I wear everything on my face. But I feel everything. But I think, and I'm extremely empathetic and compassionate. I try to practice that. Yeah. I can be a bitch. Don't take me wrong. And I am, if you ask me my opinion, it's coming full force. No holds barred in my opinion, but I want my friends, and I just want people in general to be okay. I think you and I talked about this. There's a homeless guy at the Exxon, up the road here.
Yeah, I remember you mentioned
I think this was you and I, right? We talked about this,
yeah.
And I walked outside, and he was kind of tear in his eyes, and I walked over. I said, "What's going on, man?" And I think I gave him some money, and he just said, this wasn't meant to be me. And I just sat there for like 10 minutes. He started crying, and I just listened. And I said, listen, everything is within you, right?
Yeah.
And you can do it, but you got to want to get there. And there's lots of tools and resources, and I can always help you find those. And there's lots of people. So I always want people to be okay.
And I think you mentioned that all you needed to do was someone to listen to him, right?
Yeah. Sometimes,
and it was
guys,
like the right moment that you were there just to listen to him.
I think people, if you interact with people for 5 minutes, or people your whole lives, there's a reason in those moments. And sometimes you got to pay attention to the signs. And I was there to listen, and he was smiling after. And somebody brought him over, like, the Redskins chairs from the stadium.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So somebody brought him over that while we were talking. He chimed in on the combo, and by the end we kind of had him laughing. So yeah. So hi, guy outside the Exxon. You're awesome. I believe in you. So, but thank you for saying that, Frankie. That's really sweet, and I'm very, very, very thankful for your comments and love that song. And then, okay, any other questions? Let's lighten me up. Light me up.
All right, Jess. So I was going over some of the previous episodes, and you did mention something that kind of gets you going, like Frankie with feet, if you will.
If anybody just saw what I just did, shut up, Scott.
So
I just spit out my drink. Gets me going. Oh God, what, Scott? This could be a lot of things from the episodes.
Your foot fetish type situation, but
I don't have a foot fetish.
No, but this is from what I understand, it's a fetish for you.
Okay,
but it's like a dude with his cap, and all of a sudden he just he's ready to go. There you go. Scott. Yo, just relax. It's just Scott.
He's too young. Are we talking about hat to the back?
Yeah.
Yes. Oh God. Oh God. I'm turning 5 shades.
I see that. You don't blush much, but what's making you blush? Where's your mind going?
A conversation I had a couple weeks ago. Yes. That is a true. So there's TikToks about this. So I am not the only one. I am not a loner. Shit is so hot. So if nothing else can make me weak in the knees, that does it every time. Like, oh my God, stop it. That, and I do, this isn't really a fetish. I mean, I could be in the store looking at them. I like the male sneakers.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So the combination with the sneakers and the hat, that's it.
That doesn't have to, they're different. The hats in the back, oh God. Yeah.
You still why you keep blushing, Jessica? Where's your mind going?
Let's flip the.
You don't need to know where my mind is going. You need to just stop it.
Scott, can you fix your hat, please? It's making just
Do you have a fetish, Julio?
You know, I was thinking about that.
I know redheads. Do you and
besides
Jeff with the redheads?
Oh yeah.
Without getting it too pervy here.
A girl that listens, Jess. That's
Oh
my
God,
fetish.
shut the fuck up. All right, Scott, I want to hear a fetish. One thing, Scott, and don't say you don't know.
I like the baggy clothes style, you know?
Do you?
Oh, yeah. Like girl in a sweatshirt, that's just amazing. Yeah.
Scott, this is the first time you have ever given a straight answer without deflecting. Woo! Growth, baby, growth.
Your baby boy's growing.
My baby boy's growing up. So a baggy sweatshirt, or do you like the half shirt with like the cargo baggy pants? I think that's a
Yeah,
super
I love that
hot
too.
look.
Baggy. I like the baggy.
Yeah.
Baggy straight up. Yeah.
I'm gonna
Like a
buy
girl wearing a
these
shirt, yeah.
kick-ass baggy, not overly baggy, but like cargos.
Yeah.
And this it's a really cool top I saw. It's like a t-shirt top with these kick-ass sneaks I found. I was like, that outfit's hot. I'm gonna wear it somewhere. I'm not sure. Maybe when we go to Miami. Maybe to space or something. It's fucking cool.
That's usually what a summer outfit or a fall.
You could wear in summer.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You can make
Anytime.
this super summer and cool. Maybe not space.
So Scott, what site do you go to for this?
I don't know about that, but that's a different story. But yeah.
What? Wait, hold
Did
on.
you hear what got banned, by the way?
What?
Oh yeah, I heard.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Pornhub from Virginia.
Yep. You can't watch it
read
in Virginia
about it.
anymore.
So I read about it weeks and weeks ago, and I just was waiting for it to see if it evolved. And yep, you can't watch Pornhub in Virginia.
Yeah.
What was the reasoning?
I'm about to test this theory out.
I honestly don't know.
Jeff, what was the reasoning behind them pulling Pornhub from Virginia?
They banned it in Virginia.
I think you have to have an ID.
Oh, you're right.
have
They're
to show
making
your
you
ID.
upload your ID. It's ridiculous.
Why? Who? What? Karen or I call them Karens or Stevens got on and
to
started
prevent
crying.
Kids from getting on.
Have you seen Gen Y and Gen Z?
I mean,
They're way
I
worse than
don't
Pornhub.
necessarily agree or disagree with it. I'm just saying that's the reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the theory behind it. They're trying to prevent kids from getting on there when they shouldn't be, but
The problem is,
steal
guys,
dad's,
I mean,
they can steal dad's ID. I mean, there's so many ways
It's
around it.
Big Brother.
I
It's
mean,
Big Brother watching you when
It
you
is.
upload your ID.
logically, though, the
Right?
fake IDs are so good nowadays. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. If it's a photo, you could get through. Yeah.
I just think,
Well, I mean, they even program with a chip nowadays. Some of the fake IDs.
yeah, no, I mean, I've seen them. I'm like,
Oh,
whoa, they're not like our fake IDs back in the day. And they pay some good money, these kids. Like, I've asked some kids, I'm like, what did you
Speaking
pay?
of fake IDs,
What?
okay, so I picked up my daughter for work
Yeah.
a couple days ago,
Yeah.
and she was still a little bit under the influence.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
And I
God,
was
what came
like-
out of her mouth?
No, just the way she looked, and so I was like, "Oh, do tell."
Pray tell.
Yeah, so she went to karaoke with one of her best friends, and they were doing some shots, but she said the shots were kind of big, and she wound up drinking a little too much.
The shots were kind of big. Bullshit. She had a
So
bunch
I
to
said
drink.
to her, "I said, would you like me to get you a fake ID?"
Don't say that on air. He does not mean that. Whoever's listening, he does
I
not
was
mean
just
that.
asking that to see what she would respond.
Yeah.
to
Yeah, I
find out
know.
what kind of
I know.
mentality she has. I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah.
You know.
She'll do it.
I
Trust
know.
me.
I let
Just don't ask.
I let her uncle do it.
Just don't. They do it. They are just fine. Navigate. Trust me. These kids know how to navigate the fake
know.
ID system like no other. Like it is so. Yeah. I'm just gonna leave
That's
that.
what it's got to be.
What?
Are you really gonna upload your ID? Hey, I'm gonna go on some porn. Let me give you my ID.
Oh, I'm not. Are you talking about
Like
Pornhub?
guys in general, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't give my ID.
I mean, there's other websites for it.
Is there?
Yeah.
Pornhub's the only
Scott
one I
wouldn't
know.
but there's other websites.
Can't you just
Yeah,
register?
I don't know, but I would assume.
So wait, how do they know? Are they just monitoring the ISP or
IP address?
IP address?
Yeah.
So what if you set your IP address somewhere else?
If you go incognito and it blurs your IP, you're technically fine. If you want to know out there, smart facts. Yeah.
Incognito doesn't blur your ID.
Yeah, it does.
No, VPNs do.
Incognito does too.
Does
Try it right
it?
now. You can get on. I promise you.
Get on, Jeff. Get on Pornhub.
Yeah, try it on. See if you can log
For
in.
work, I have to get on Pornhub.
Just be sure it's baggy clothes / redheads.
Yeah.
Baggy clothes for Scott.
No, that's not. That's just the
wait, no,
casual.
It's supposed to be backwards hat, baggy clothes.
Open toes.
Okay, I don't want a guy with baggy clothes. I just want to wear his hat backwards. Oh God, I sweat that shit.
What if he puts his clothes on backwards? Like, crease?
That was crisscross. Remember crisscross?
Oh, yeah.
Back in the days, half the people out there are like, who? Crisscross.
Still
will
play,
make
I
you
think they play that
jump,
song still every
jump.
once in a while.
And one of them died. Yeah, one of the crisscrosses
Was it Chris or
died.
Cross?
Stop. R.I.P. R.I.P. I didn't laugh. R.I.P. Millie's sitting here like, what happened? We're talking about
He's just
Pornhub, fetishes. Millie, do you have a clean? Millie has like the best relationship in life.
Oh, I thought you were going to say she has the best fetish. I'm like, what is it?
I was excited too.
Oh, we should call her fiance. Oh, by the way, big congrats.
Oh, yes.
Are we allowed?
Yeah, sure.
Big congratulations to my baby girl. She is engaged. To like the best guy ever. And it couldn't have happened to a better person, right? I mean, for real. David's
Yeah.
Oh,
he's,
he's a
like
I
the
mean, we
best
love you,
guy.
Millie. You're amazing. So it had to be a
deserve
good
it.
guy for
Yeah, I
You
love
just,
him.
trust me.
He still doesn't deserve you.
They have
David
not
would-
all been nice.
Julio. David introduced you to Espolon.
You got to get through all the bad guys to
Yes,
get to
David,
the one.
Thank you for making
For his
me more of an
birthday,
alcoholic.
he introduced us to a brand, this kind of brand of tequila. We never
Espolon
had tasted
tequila.
it. The one with the skulls.
Oh yeah.
That's really good.
Really good.
Yeah, I have one. I can never think of the name. So, let's see. Oh, and getting back to yes, congratulations, Millie. Now let's get back to some fetishes. So, Frankie, wait, we were talking about your foot fetish, you and I, and you said you go like this. You're like, yeah, like feet and cake. You were joking, and I go, oh no, there's a site for that.
Because you know how I get around birthday parties. I'm always like, where's the cake? Where's the cake?
Oh, yeah.
And when Jeff had his party,
Oh, my
they had a
God.
surprise cake for him. And I go up to Jeff, I'm like, Jeff, what time are they going to cut the cake?
He didn't even
And
know,
is
Jeff.
like, wait, there's a cake? I was like, oops.
He spoiled the surprise, and all Frankie wanted. No, wait. I'm dead set. Doesn't even know Jeff. First time meeting Jeff. And Frankie comes up to me. Jessica, if we're leaving, are they going to cut the cake soon? I'm like, it's his birthday. I don't know. Ask. Like, so Frankie goes and asks Jeff. And Jeff's like, yeah, cut my cake without anything. Like, no birthday.
Like,
So
no
Frankie,
candles, no singing.
Frankie got his cake, though. I've never seen anyone in heaven like that.
Oh, so good. It was chocolate cake.
Oh, look at your face right now.
Oh, because it was so good.
Your eyes like over there.
Yeah, there's like, they're going to cut it before, because I was tired. I was getting late.
So anyway, I want to get back around. Nobody cares about that.
Cake and feet.
So cake and feet, and I was like, "There's a site for that," because the ladies on the, and I'm sure men do it too. And I've not been on OnlyFans. I haven't, but I have friends, and we've had this conversation that there's ladies and on the foot sites that put their cake in the feet or feet in the cake, and like men pay them to do this. Jeff, have you heard of this?
Of course.
Do I need my ID for this?
And then,
Yes.
so I'm having this conversation. No, I was having this conversation with a bunch of people one day. This was last summer. And they're like, yeah. And then dirty feet are a big deal. And I'm like, what? And how, this is hysterical, how the girls make their feet. Because I'm like, are they actually dirty feet? Like, that's disgusting. How the girls make their feet dirty is they crumple up the Oreos and they rub them on their feet to make them look dirty in the OnlyFans videos. And they're getting paid like an average of $30. I think it's $30 a photo.
Wow.
I'm like, I'll put my feet, but you don't make $30 a photo unless you show your face too. I'm like, nope, not doing the feet. I'm not sure. I'm not going
I was
on
about to
OnlyFans.
be like, I'll come with the Oreos and spread them on your foot.
For the record, I am not going on OnlyFans. Scott, do you have your own OnlyFans page?
Like me and no, what?
I'm joking.
You know they do more than just.
How many?
I
of
wish
you,
I
all right,
could. I would if I could, but I don't look good enough. Yeah.
It's him inside his Tesla.
I have not. Honestly have not been on anybody's OnlyFans. However, have you guys been on to the OnlyFans?
No, I don't. I wouldn't pay for that.
I support small business.
Oh, you do? What? Okay, tell me what OnlyFans. Leave it to the young one. Yes, tell us what OnlyFans have you been on?
I don't know.
Yes,
Everything blurs. Everything blurs.
He's so full. He's like me,
all the
dude.
same.
When he doesn't want to talk about something, he's like,
Yeah, I don't sign up for them.
you don't, Jeff.
Nah.
All right, Jeff, come on. You always tell the
Well, some are
truth.
free.
They are.
What, OnlyFans?
Well, you
Have
can
you
get
been
you can
on?
get some stuff for free, and then there's premium content.
Tell me more.
That's where they get you.
All right, Jeff, have you been on?
I went on one time because somebody told me that someone that I knew was on there.
Yeah.
And I went looking for him. I couldn't find him. It was too complicated.
Oh, it was.
So, yeah.
There was
And plus, I wasn't going to do a membership or anything like that.
guys. You can make. I mean, I won't do it. God, I wish I was born with a mind that I could. And I'm not criticizing because I know people that are on it.
Yeah.
By all means, they're making money. But back in the day when this wasn't a thing, and I mean, I don't even think the internet was there. I mean, there were people that I knew that were posting themselves up to the internet doing naughty things. I mean, making some of them 60 grand a month. This is back in the days where you had no support platform. I'm like, what? It is insane what people will pay for on the internet. Insane to me. I will not. If I get to that point, just that's it for me.
Well, there's a lot of stuff on there.
It's bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyway, any more questions, guys? Before Jeff,
I mean, you should have known that I've seen that stuff. Where do you think that I met Porno Dan? It was at a BDSM night. I'm not into that, but
what's BDSM again? I'm being honest.
bondage, dominant, submission. Say that. What it is? Submission.
So just
and
say 50
whatever.
Shades of Grey-ish.
I don't. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll call it
I wasn't
50
into
Shades.
it, but that's where I met Porno Dan. Was one of those nights, and actually, it was. I don't know if you remember when they outlawed ecstasy in DC. It was because they raided these parties because DC it used to be legal in DC until I don't know late 90s maybe something like that, early 2000s.
Yeah.
So I guess it was early 2000s because that's when I met Porno Dan, and it was still legal back then.
Yeah.
And I go in there, I'm like, what the hell is going on in this place? It was one of my roommates was friends with them because they were in the party scene.
Yeah.
And I walk in and there's guys laying down on their back all around the edges of the walls, like in a line, like head to toe, like their feet to head, whatever. And there was girls walking in spiked high heels all the way around on the guys.
So they were basically like
They had
they
a
were like a
trample-
floor mat. They were
They
like
had
a
a
floor
trample
mat.
fetish. Yeah, so that was the first thing that I saw when I went in there. And then it just progressed from there, being friends with Dan was like all those
Oh my
different
God.
types of parties and fetish
Why?
parties and swinger parties and all those sorts of things.
Why would anybody? Oh God.
I don't know.
I
It
mean,
didn't look fun.
It puts. That
You said it
just-
did look fun.
He
Did
said
not look
did
fun.
not look fun. No, that sounds awful. No, I always thought it like he kind of got they how do I say that? It became
Criminalized.
criminalized. There you go. Thank you. Because they used to be scribed originally for the people who were having
Psychiatrists did it, yeah.
marital problems because it helped and it did. And then this was back before I was born, like not long before I was born. And then of course our parents screwed it up for everybody else and
Oh, so they did.
I didn't realize it was legal for that long in DC though.
Yep.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right. Well, yeah, no, not my thing. So anyway, now, Frankie, we talked a little bit. What else did we talk about this week?
I want to talk about that TikTok you sent me.
Which one?
The one with the lady giving that advice about what is it? The man should be masculine in a relationship. that he needs to set boundaries?
Oh yeah. So one of the topics, and you and I kind of like, I do like a little bit of an outline for the show. So we always kind of go over, but we never. I don't know how to say a podcast works. You never want to outline it totally, right? Because I don't want to know what you say or I'm going to say, because then it makes not fun. The reactions aren't real. Yeah. But we do kind of go, okay, yeah, what makes it interesting, blah, blah, blah. And I had a couple things was we had talked about what we're looking for in our next partner. And we should all just look at Millie and David and go, Millie over here and David, and say, we should just look for Millie and David in our next partners, because God, what a relationship. I mean that, guys.
No, it's a really good one.
I was there from kind of the get-go. I mean, kind of, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then now, and I'm just like, God, she's angelic, right? And no one deserves it more. But I'm an angel too, God, okay? I am an angel too. But no, we kind of talked about what you want in a partner, and one of the things I read this quote, and I got to read it because a lot of times when we are looking at a partner, we're looking for the things that we set for ourselves, right? And then all of a sudden, when we meet a person, then all of a sudden we're looking to impress them. Yeah. But that's not. Then it distracts us from, well, what were we looking for in the partner for real, right?
Correct. Yeah.
And I read this quote that I think you're. Hold on, I do have to read it. I think you're wonderful and impressive as a human. I feel a connection to you. I feel drawn to you. I also need to be able to be myself around you. And I need to learn whether that is something you're able to make space for. And I read that verbatim, which I don't like doing on the show. But that's what I was kind of, to lead off, that's what I was kind of saying in terms of make me a place where I can tell my shame story, or I can be this person. Because a little sidebar here, and something I was going to start off the show with, and I generally don't get this tone and inflection in my voice because it kind of goes to another side of me. But I was watching, remember I mentioned Call Her Daddy podcast?
Yeah.
And Alex Cooper and Sophia, I can't remember her name, it just went out of my head. But Sophia was on a podcast and with these two gentlemen, and they were speaking, and guys, just bear with me on this point for a sec. About how that podcast started and how it fell apart. Here nor there, doesn't matter. But the two guys turned to her because they were raunchy, okay? Raunchier than we are. But I loved it, right? And he goes, was that really you, Sophia, when you were talking like that? And she's like, what do you mean? And she said, the two gentlemen, they were not being mean at all. They were very nice guys. I actually liked their podcast. Can't remember what it's called. And they were like, well, because girls don't talk like that. Good girls don't talk like that. And I paused, and I wasn't mad, and I wasn't triggered, but I put thought into this. And I was like, when did we start the rhetoric that girls can't talk like this? Because when I'm on here as I say a character, I'm authentically me, right?
Correct.
And I might drop the F-bomb. We talk about sex and we talk about things, and there's nothing wrong with that. And when I go to a networking event, my inflection is probably more like I'm talking right now, right? I'm talking business and I have etiquette. And then when I go, if I go with my next partner and we go to a classy dinner, I show up for that as that person, but in all those characters, I'm still authentically me. I still have the same character, morals and integrity and boundaries and love, and I'm generous. I'm still all those things. And so when I hear that, I've been asked a lot, aren't you afraid what people are going to think of you? And I'm like, hold on. Girls can express themselves, and how we define good girls shouldn't be because we're compartmentalizing them. I'm all those good things about myself, the core of my being, and all those characters I play, right?
Yeah.
And so society has made a box what good girls are supposed to look like. And I can tell you a lot of those girls that you classify as good girls don't have the content of character. And I know a lot of girls out there that are super rough around the edges that are the most loyal, decent human beings in the world. So let's be careful how we're saying girls shouldn't talk like that and good girls shouldn't be like that, because I hold pride in the woman I am in all aspects of my life. So I just kind of wanted to say that to women out there and to men out there. Stop doing that. Stop. You get one life. Let people be these versions of themselves as long as what's in here is good. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. You got to accept like the person how they are.
It's not accepting. It's I think it's more stop classifying.
I'm trying to box them in to put them in what you think they should
I am
be.
a good woman, and my mom sent me to ed school. I adjust for the different people that I need to be at those moments, but I'm always going to be me.
Yeah.
And I love this side of me that drops the F-bomb. It's where I'm most comfortable. When I'm in Millie doesn't curse at all. That doesn't, I don't go, oh my God, you don't curse. I can't hang out with you. I don't feel comfortable. If anything, I'm like around her going, when I'm really upset, she'll tell you, I'm like an F, an F, an F, an F. And she's just laughing at me and she's like, Jess, it's okay. And when she's mad, it's like, can I be mean now? And it's the most adorable thing in the world. But we're both equally great people. Millie, don't you and I think have talked about this a little bit here and there throughout the years, how like women get judged, and yet you have anything to add? I know it's nerve wracking to be.
I loved everything that you said.
Yeah,
I think I'm not just because I'm your friend, but like everything you say, like I really appreciate too.
Thank you. Well, I think we Millie and I mean, it's hard to talk on mic when you've never talked on mic before. Millie, as sweet as she is a straight shooter with me. We have that comfortability with each other. And I think women need to hear this, but I think men need to hear it too. We're just people. Stop. Anyway, moving on. Let's have fun. So, yes. So I sent you a TikTok, and let me set this up because last week one of the things I said was, and it was weird how it tied in, I said, one of the things I want out of a man is somebody that sets boundaries. And I went back and listened because I matched it to this TikTok and I was like, because I said for lots of reasons and I didn't elaborate. And why don't you set up the TikTok and we can have a discussion on it because it was actually pretty good.
Yeah, she was mentioning and the thing that caught my attention on this TikTok you sent me is because she used certain words that people get triggered, right? Like the word masculinity.
Yep.
She mentioned how in a relationship, the man should be masculine,
Yep.
right? And what did she mean by that? Because she elaborated, she continued explaining. She was saying that the man should be able to, set his boundaries, like let his partner know what he wants.
Well, she started it out with nice guys. Basically, nice guys finish last. Scott, this will be interesting to you. Because you're a nice guy, and I think you need to hear this. I don't know if you're like this.
Be free, be happy. Buddy.
And she was like, nice guys finish last. And this goes along with my boundary thing from last week. And she was like, no, nice guys don't finish last. But nice guys without boundaries finish last because women know you need to be able to set boundaries with them. Otherwise, they will look at you as...
They'll walk all over you.
Not less than a man, but not masculine.
Yeah, that's exactly what she says. You have a good memory. See,
and do you understand, like in your mind, do you get what that means?
How do nice guys get walked over? Is that what you're saying?
No.
Yeah, so she was saying that, the term nice guys finish last, but nice guys don't finish last. The problem is that nice guys sometimes don't set the boundaries. They're supposed to set their boundaries. So they're too nice. They get walked. People just
so
take
in other
advantage
words,
of them.
one of my requirements
Like
for
you get used?
yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So one of my requirements I said on the last show for my next partner was I want someone that sets boundaries. Didn't elaborate. A lot of people might not know what that means. Came across this TikTok that women do not hate nice guys. We love nice guys. We're sick of getting ghosted, walked on, used, just as men are. Fair. I'm a fair dealer. But her point is that, like, okay, for example, if a guy's nice to me, I love that. But if he gives up his values and boundaries in order to be nice to me, I'm pummel him, have zero respect, and it loses that masculinity factor about him that
you become too soft.
Yeah. No, I believe that. That sounds right. Yeah.
Okay, so what you're saying is, if you DM a girl, let's get dinner, she says no, you don't take her to a fighting event when it becomes available.
Oh, nice guy.
I think Jess is just being protective.
No, what?
Oh, in that case, with the dinner and the fight.
No, I'm right. But I mean, if you want to just have somebody who's going to be there
That's
to use you
fine.
and spend your money and blah, blah, blah.
What if he's okay with getting used?
I know, just waiting. Just waiting. I can see the anticipation.
If that's what he expects, then if that's what I expect, I don't care.
Okay. If you didn't know the conversation, I know Frankie so well and the conversation. So fair enough. For this basis, bring her, get used, get banged, and get your money. I don't give a shit.
Bang your bookie.
Shout out. Good plug. Shout out to Notebook Wagering.
Bang your Russian.
Bang your Russian. No offense, Russians. We mean that in a good way. Before I.
Going back to the TikTok, I shared with you that I get it. I get what she meant by that, because when I was married, look, the issue that I've had. This is what I learned when I was in my relationship. I'm just so easygoing. I'm just, I put up with a lot. I let a lot of stuff slack.
We can tell.
So then there were times where my ex-wife would be like, straight up, just be like, you need to man up. Like, you're letting me walk all over you. Like, put some boundaries. Like, she would tell me straight up, because I'm just too easygoing. It wouldn't bother me, but it bothered her, the fact that I wasn't doing like my role. Like,
Women ultimately, it's not, and everybody takes this like immediately as financial, but we want to be taken care of and provided for. Again, not financial. Not saying some don't want that too. But let's take that off the table before that goes south somewhere in someone's head. But I want a man that I'm having a discussion with, and if he doesn't agree with me, he's able to say that to me, and we can have that discussion. That doesn't turn into a full-blown fight if I'm mature. Or if he's not comfortable with something I'm doing, like, let's say, look, I don't mind you going out, but I'm really not okay with this one place. Say it. Otherwise, any human will. I need a guy to do that for me. Yeah. To stand by his word, as he needs that from me. It's no different for women. Guys will pummel all over women. That'll.
Yeah, and it could be simple stuff like, for example, instead of saying, where would you like me to take you out for a romantic dinner? Just be like, hey, I made reservations.
100%.
Here's a
That's
dress.
hot.
That's cute.
I got you your outfit.
No, it's not cute. It's fucking hot.
That's,
and I'll tell you
depending on where you are, but.
Yeah, but so that's what it was talking about, like stuff like that.
Well,
simple
that's
things
cool.
like that.
I got you.
When guys do that, I swear to God, don't you think so, Millie?
Yeah.
Go ahead, say it.
No, I think that's hot. Yeah.
It's super. It's not just cute. Like, it's hot in so many ways. Like, you have no idea.
So then the issue with nice
it's
guys
right up
is
there
that,
with hat to the back.
Ooh, yeah, wait until you pull up in a Tesla.
There you go.
So the issue with being too nice of a guy is that you take too much into consideration their opinion. Like, instead of just taking the initiative and just
I got you.
doing it. It doesn't have to be like serious stuff like like financial stuff or this and that, but little things like that.
That makes sense.
Where the woman knows, like, oh, this is my man.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I want to know you're my man, and I think the same goes for women, keeping their boundaries. But guys also want to know that you're their woman, meaning like I'm a very dominant. I exude a lot of masculine qualities. Don't even say it, Jeff. I know it's coming. But like they need me to be feminine, but I'm only that way when I have a guy like that.
Yeah.
And I haven't ever been with
So the way I would resolve that when it get too carried away, Scott, I had to lay the pipe down, and that'd be like, that's where I would take charge.
Oh, you laid the pipe down with your wife?
Oh, in what way? Yeah.
Did you lose? There we go.
And then, I get back in control.
Really? Is that honest to God what you did?
Yeah.
Just said wear this and we're going to dinner?
I would get, like I said, I would get super comfortable and just let things
You were a yes, ma'am.
I mean, he's a nice guy. I could tell, but you're cool. Like, I feel like you're not nice and submissive or. I don't know.
Frankie's taking that win. Taking that win.
I don't know.
He's like, you don't look like a little bitch. He doesn't know how sensitive I am.
Jeff, Jeff, what would you consider, like, when you have been in a relationship, like, I feel like you would be one to stand up for your values against a girl, or are you just like, whatever?
I will, but I'm also laid back, and sometimes.
Yeah, but you're not laid back like that.
It's a fine edge, because sometimes you get the girls like that who when you really don't care, and you're just like, yeah, whatever. And they want you to like that's the girls that pick fights in bars and they flirt with guys to try and get you to defend their honor and stuff like that.
Hold on.
There's like a fine line between wanting that and then that's what I'm saying. There's like it's a fine line between being nice and too nice, and there's a fine line between having the girls that want the boundaries versus the ones who want drama and
That's an interesting point.
Want you to prove that you want them. Like they want you to be jealous.
Okay.
What, you're not jealous because I'm talking to that guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, no.
That's a certain sort. First of all, that's an extremely insecure girl. That's a certain sort, and you, if you can deal with that as a guy, by all means do that, right? But you got to look different places for different sorts of women because that's just ridiculous, especially.
Well, that's
the
why he
older
said it's a
we
fine
get.
line because it also reflects on the.
I don't want some dude fighting over my honor in a bar like that.
But there are some girls that want that. I mean,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. There's a fine line
I have
between
never
everything that
seen
you're
this in
talking about from
DC.
the girls and from the guys both because.
Well, me personally, I expect a woman to take care of it. I'm not gonna go over there. Hey, that's my woman. Why are you flirting with her? She needs to be like, no, I'm not interested. I'm good. I'm here with my whatever.
Are these the same type of girls that go up to me and be like, if I was a carrot, would you still love me? Like, it sounds like the same mindset, you know?
I'm sorry, guy. There's never a place I want to. If that's what I have to do to prove that my man loves me, then I've already should be walking away from that relationship.
Yeah, I agree.
Because I need to be doing a lot of self-evaluation. Excuse me, I'm losing my voice from talking too much.
Drink some
Imagine that.
water.
Imagine that. I can't shut up. Don't even say it. Go ahead.
No,
Say
but
it.
I mean, the thing is, that it's like they want you to do that. Sometimes it's like I have enough confidence. Like if I'm dating somebody and they go over and some guy's talking to her, hitting on her or whatever, I don't care.
Correct.
I'm going to take her home. But if she goes with him, I don't care. He just solved my problem. I had a girl that I didn't want anyways.
You and I think the same, but
Yeah.
most people aren't. Like, let's be honest. You add. I could never imagine putting a man in that position. And Frankie, I think you had this point. You know, like when I'm with a man, I'm people around. I think Jeff and I talked, or maybe it was Kevin on the show when Kevin and I was co-hosting with me. We talked about how when we're out with somebody, like I'm a very social person and my guess would be somebody I know might be private like me, but also a social butterfly that I end up with. And I always am very good about making sure of how I carry myself, that it is known we're together without making it an unclassy, possessive known. Yeah. And if a gentleman was out of line, I would absolutely just say something, and I would very rarely ever feel like I would have to involve my partner unless they were being just aggressive, grabbing me, and I'd probably get security. I mean, I would do that anyway. So I feel like women need to carry themselves as such, and that's not how you dress. It's how you carry yourself. Yeah. You can dress in a ball gown and still be ratchet because of your character.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So, but to put a man in that, Millie, have you ever put a man in a position to fight for your honor to prove he loved you? Fuck that. Yeah, oh God. That's like somebody said, would you go through your man's phone?
It's usually strippers, and guess who has dated a lot of strippers?
You?
Yeah.
Strippers need love too, and no.
Yeah, and they don't last very long.
Yeah, but they're
Except
good
for you.
people.
You remember one of them.
They're good people.
You remember one that was like that? Becca?
I know the name.
From Shark Club?
Oh God, can we have a show on the old Shark Club, please?
Oh.
The old leper room and Don and Mike. What were they called? The Vegas style parties. God, what a time! What a period! That's when DC actually came out to Centerville. Remember?
Oh yeah.
To party. DC all came here on what was it? Saturdays or Fridays? I can't remember. One was busier, and then the Don when they built the leper room. God, that was what late '90s, early 2000s. What a time! What a time!
But I mean, girls like that, they always had to have drama. She always had to have drama in her life.
Becca,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
blonde. The blonde
She's a sweetheart.
lady. She's a doll.
But she was also had to have drama.
Yeah. Just one quick point.
And we were on and off for like 12 years.
That's right. I forgot you dated her. Excuse me, guys. I had to get ice because my throat hurts. It's dry from talking too much. Well, just to go back.
You brought a point up that
I like, there's nothing against strippers. Strippers work hard. A lot of them put their kids through college, themselves through college. I don't want to bash anybody. Not that you were. You were not. I'm just want to make that clear. Go ahead. I made a point.
You mentioned about cell phones.
Yeah.
Okay, so where do you stand in that? You know, how people are so protective of it.
Oh.
If you're in a relationship, I mean,
So
sure you're-
unless literally, unless there was some hardcore type evidence that, you know, I knew they were I knew they were cheating. It was there. I just needed more evidence because, yeah, you need it sometimes, especially if you were married. If I have to go through your phone and babysit your ass, then we're done. We're done from go. I can't do it because not because of you. I don't want to ever feel that anxious. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Have I been tempted before? Sure. Have I maybe done it once, I think.
Okay,
One
but you're
time.
coming from the side of the person who wants to look at the phone, right? How about the other side of the person who
I don't wanna
doesn't
look
want you to look at their phone? Me personally, my phone is always
Yeah, my
right
partner.
there. You
My partner can have
look
my.
at it, use it,
now my
whatever. I have
phone-
nothing to hide.
And I think we're at time. I didn't realize we've been talking forever. Not yet though, Scott. We have one more little tidbit. So my partner can have my password. My partner can have my thumbprint. I don't give a shit. I have my phone on silent all the time. I turned it on today, and it's for no other reason. I'm single. I have it on silent. I have my headset on normally that rings for itself, so I know
I
calls
promise
coming
I
in.
won't send so many reels.
I turned it on and literally ding, 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 ding from every app. And I haven't gone through the apps and turned off. I guess you can do it individual. I'm like,
I mean, I Facebook you, message you, and text you.
no, it was every app was coming through, like my email, my work email, my other email, because I have 3 emails. Facebook, Instagram. I'm like, okay, I'm done. Back on silent. I couldn't do it. I lasted a minute. But anyway, so yeah. So I think, and you were talking about how you were giving your wife the sex. We'll end it with the.
That's how I regulated
That's how you regulated. Well,
in the bedroom. That's how you regulate. That's where everything gets back to.
Hey, I think it should be like a tagline in my show. Sex is important in your relationship. It'll save you many times.
That's right.
Right, Julio?
I mean, it sounds like you were definitely the big spoon there.
What does that mean?
Big spoon.
What is
You know
that?
that's how that Manson controlled his women.
What?
Supposedly he was good in bed.
Oh, yeah. Marilyn Manson. I've heard that.
No.
What?
Charles, man.
Charles Manson.
The serial killer.
Okay, well,
Original.
Da, da, da.
murderers need love too.
So Frankie's like Charles Manson.
So he
Oh,
really,
God.
so he really did slay it in the bedroom.
I mean, slay it in the Oh my God, what the fuck?
Where's the drum roll?
We have no sound effects. That was actually a pretty good joke, Scott. He said,
The timpani. Broomch.
I mean, Scott, do you think there, Julio, do you
Never too
think
late.
too much sex in a relationship? In a relationship,
What
Scott,
I
is
think
there
it's a good
how
job,
much
like-
is too much sex in a relationship?
Is there such thing as too much
There's such thing as
sex?
too much sex.
Sure, I guess. If you can't get it up, I don't know.
Is it once it goes, Scott's like once it goes limp, that's it. I reached my limit.
They have medicines for that.
That sounds complicating.
Scott's young, so he's
What's
like,
how?
"Yeah,
Okay.
I don't know what.
In all
this is.
fairness,
I've heard
and then
about it."
we'll wrap up. In all fairness, what do you guys think is a healthy sex life in a partnership relationship, marriage ship, whatever ship? How many times a week?
Ooh,
Minimum.
it's gotta be at least so
Minimum.
7 days a
I'm
week.
letting you have minimums.
Okay,
Here. I'm being nice.
minimum 3 times a week.
Millie, minimum.
I said no to is there a limit to sex? So.
Thank you. Thank you. See, my girl, this is why we're friends. First of all, I got it at least 5 times a week, and that would be a bare minimum. When I'm in a relationship, for clarification, anyone listening before I'm getting like
So on your next serious relationship, minimum 5 times a week.
5 times a week, minimum.
And how many times must he, turn his hat back?
Every time. If he just woke up and wore his hat back, went to bed, showered, I mean, if he had to put a suit on, wear it then too. I don't give a shit. But anyway, guys, well, you're going off to Virginia Beach. Yes. I'm going to go have some brunch at the Wharf. Millie and I are not the Wharf, Georgetown Waterfront. On Sunday, Millie's in town, so we're going to chill and have girl talk. I don't know what Jeff's doing. And Scott, maybe we'll find a girlfriend.
I just told you.
I know what you're doing.
We have concerts all weekend.
Concerts. Come to the Salisbury Center. Guys, thanks for listening. Thanks for all the nice messages. Take care. Later.